Hey everyone, welcome to Raw Naturals Space. Today we're going to be making sea moss cold processed soap and we're making our Eucalyptus-Ooo soap. That's the name of this soap, Eucalyptus-Ooo or Eucalyptus-Ooo, whichever way you want to pronounce it. So this is one of our favorite selling soaps. This soap will be ready in about 4 to 6 weeks. Um, and the other ones, they're ready to go. You'll see them out in a couple of weeks, ready for sale. So this is what we have. Oils are already mixed. My lye is already mixed. And I have all my little things here ready to go. So we're going to start making soap. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm adding my yellow-green clay. Sorry, yellow clay. This is yellow clay. This is good for detoxing the skin and smoothing the skin. So we're just going to mix that in. Here we go. Okay. Now we're going to add the lye. So soap making, this part is pretty quick. It's the preparation that takes longer. It's measuring the oils and everything like that. This part actually goes very fast because you have to make sure that you pour quickly before the soap turns into starts to harden and get too thick. So as soon as I start pouring the lye, we're off to start. Okay, here we go. Let's make sure this bubbles. Sorry, I did forget one thing. I got to change my glasses. Very important. Very, very important. You got to take care of your eyes when working with light. There we go. Get that all in there. And once you're finished with this bottle that held the light, just close it. Put that aside. You're going to wash that right away. Okay. Here we go. We're going to make sure that we emulsify this before we do anything else. You can always, tell when the soap starts to mix as you see the color change. So now I'm just going to mix it out more by hand. Because one thing is you don't want this to trace too quickly. If it traces too quickly, then we can't do all the magic that's going to happen. Okay. All right. So now we're adding black soap. Black soap is one of our signatures. Then we have our sea moss. I do this in stages, so I'm adding a little sea moss to the black soap. Sea moss. And of course, our essential oil. This is lavender and eucalyptus. Mix that in. And here we have our mold. This is actually a 5-pound mold. There goes our black soap. Okay, that portion is gone. Let that sit for a minute. Now we're going to pour out some because we're going to mix in our spirulina and green clay. I mix the spirulina and green clay with oil before I start. It's easier to dispense it into the oils. And that spirulina is great for the skin. Also detoxing, does a lot of detoxing for the skin. Look at that beautiful green. So this is where I add my sea moss as well. And now I can add the sea moss to this as well. Now I usually do a water discount because I'm adding sea moss because we're putting more water into the soap and we don't want it to be too soft. And we're adding our essential oils. Make sure we mix that in. And last but not least, we're adding our menthol crystal. So I'm going to pour a little bit in here and a little bit in here. So this soap, it has lavender, eucalyptus, and of course our menthol. This is a great, spa-like feel type soap. Use it in the rising. It wakes you up with that smell. Makes you feel refreshed, ready for the day. So this is where we're going to start to pour because menthol can sometimes cause it to trace, meaning get a little bit thicker too quick. And we want to make sure that we have time to pour this. Look at that beautiful green. Okay. Now it's time to create. This is the fun part. I like to layer this. This is the part of soap making that is fun. You get to create different designs, different styles, and then when you cut it open, you get to see what it looks like. This soap here is actually amazing. It has olive oil, shea butter, it has babusa oil. This will really give your skin what it needs. All the good stuff is in here. Okay. Starting to get a little bit thicker here, so okay, made a little bit of a mess there, but okay, so now we just back down. Okay. Now that we poured the soap, we're going to wait for it to get a little bit more thick before we do anything on top. I'm not going to do too much on top with this soap. I like to do designs sometimes, but I'm not going to do too much with this one. So, get that. Clean this up. Always remember when you're making soap that you are wearing protective glasses, you're wearing long sleeves, your feet are covered. Hey. Yes. Let's see if we're ready. Are we ready? Nope, still a little soft, but like I said, we're not doing too much with this soap. Eucalyptus, so this soap will make you feel wonderful. It's like being at a spa. Look at that. Now I spray a little bit of alcohol on it. This prevents it from getting, like soda ash or getting any like white film. Right, and there you have it, our Eucalyptus-Ooo lavender soap. It should be ready, like I said, in 4 to 6 weeks. You'll see us put it out there, ready for sale, let you know when it's coming out. Stay tuned for the next video when I actually cut this piece of soap. Cutting the soap is actually the best part, and it's the most interesting part. So I look forward to that. So check out our next video. You'll see that what the soap looks like when we actually cut it. So thank you for coming to Raw Natural Space. We have a lot more stuff to show you, a lot more soap to make, a lot more things that are going on in our own community here, and we'd love to share that with you. So thanks again for coming out. We'll see y'all soon.